if you have an offer and people are not buying it and you're wondering if that offer could be improved in some way, I'm going to run you through a really quick method where you can either quickly create or refine offers so that they essentially sell themselves. Because I see a lot of people get this very wrong. Okay. Now, starting this off, essentially, what this comes down to is generic offers, they don't sell. And this is a lead on from the prior video that I did, which is all about your ideal customer persona. The problem that I see some people make, quite a lot of people, is that they create an offer that they think is going to be good, but it's not built for anyone specifically. And so when you do that, who are you going to sell it to? If you've created this generic offer, people aren't really going to be interested in buying it because it's not for them. And then people will point to these like very generic mainstream things. That's great. And it can happen. But 9 times out of 10, you will get better traction and better growth by focusing on a specific ideal customer persona and building an offer specifically for the problems that they face. Because really, your offer always is a solution to the problems to help them get to where they want to be. Okay. This is building on, and I'll talk about this video a lot in this video. It's building on from that prior video about finding that specific ideal customer persona. If you haven't yet done that, go do that first and then watch this video, because a specific ICP leads to a specific offer. And that's what is going to help you get success both in the short and the long term. Now, with that out of the way, that foundational element of basically like specific offers for specific people, let's look at the different things that I will often look at when I'm consulting, coaching, or in the Growth Models Plus community when people come in with their offers and want some feedback on them. The first thing, and this is the most important in my opinion, is that transformation. So a lot of people get caught up on things like the features of the offer and even the benefits, which both the features and the benefits are important, but they're not as important as the transformation. Here's what I mean. I see people who do information products and they'll sell them for 2-3 grand. And then what they'll do is they'll talk about how many hours of video are included in this, or how many calls they get, or how many templates are included, and all this kind of stuff. And that's fine. These things are important to an extent, but they're not the primary driver that's going to make somebody buy. Nobody buys a course simply because it has more hours of video. Nobody works with a consultant simply because they are going to be doing an extra phone call per week with the client. Now, these things are less important than the transformation. The transformation is first what gets people in. And so what you need to think about with that specific ICP, and this goes back to that last video, is people are here, they want to be here. That transformation, your offer is what enables that transformation from where they are now to their dream outcome, that transformation of who they want to be, what they want to be. Now, from a base level, it's going to be very simple, right? As always, I default to health and wellness because we've all been over-marketed to in that industry. And it might be that the desired outcome is to lose 50 pounds, okay? They want to be 50 pounds lighter. That's the desired outcome. I want to be 50 pounds lighter. I want to have that dream body and all of this. And so you can build an offer around that transformation of, I'll help you lose 50 pounds in 6 months. Boom. Already that's a better offer than I'll help you lose weight, which is a generic offer because you've put specificity in there. It helps people envision what that transformation is going to be. Oh, what would I look like 50 pounds lighter? All of this. But you can take this a step further with the transformation. Why do they want to lose 50 pounds? Okay, there are different reasons why people want that transformation. Now, there's a multitude of reasons, but you can generally thin it down to just a handful. The first one is ego or status. They want to do it for themselves so that they feel good about themselves and other people the way that they perceive them. So they want to lose 50 pounds so that they're the best looking person at the wedding that they're going to. Or maybe they're all going on a friend's holiday to a beach town and they want to look the best out of all the friends. It's that status thing. They want to feel good. They want other people to look at them and be like, wow, I wish I looked like that person. Look how amazing and in shape that person is. Okay. So there's an ego or status reason that people might want. And this is, you can usually tie things back to ego or status. The second one is like a lifestyle thing. So they might want to lose 50 pounds because they're not happy with their lifestyle. They're too heavy to enjoy certain things that they want to do, and they can't do those things because they're too heavy. So losing 50 pounds will help them. They've just recently discovered a love of hiking. And so they want to do more hiking. They want to go hiking every weekend. They don't want to feel like they then have to take 3 weeks to recover from that. So it's a lifestyle thing, right? The other thing is a security element. And so in the health and weight loss idea, the security element might be that they have just had their grandchild and they want to be alive for an extra couple of years because the doctors said they're dangerously overweight. So they want to secure their future. And so there's a security element now. I want to be around to help these people and be a good grandparent to my grandkids. And this works with most offers. You can find 1, 2, or 3 of these elements within that you can be looking at. The transformation itself is great, but why do they want that transformation? Usually you can pin it down to one of these 3. As a quick other one, obviously money is usually a big one. We've done health, let's look at wealth. So they want to earn money for the ego and the status to be known as the top earner in their friend group. They want to earn more money so that they can travel more. They want to be out traveling, they want to see the world, and they need money to do that. Security, they just don't want to have to worry about their pension and their retirement years. So again, you can look at all of these things, and all of those things change the way that you position the offer, because the person who wants to buy a Lamborghini to look like they're rich has a different goal than the person who wants to invest, that want to earn money to invest it more safely for their retirement. Completely different goals, changes the angle, the wording, the positioning of the offer. And so you need to consider what the reason is for your ICP that they want that transformation. Okay, so that's the first thing that you need to do to really add that specificity and that angle and that direct cut through the noise angle to the offer, is that transformation and why do they want it. The second thing is actually, this is a copywriting formula from a guy called Kyle Milligan. I learned this a while ago, but I think it's really good to adapt this to offers as well. When you're crafting your offer, you need to think how you can make it new, easy, safe, and big. NESB. So new is exciting, easy, anyone can do it. Safe, you've got to minimize that risk. And big, play to win. Nobody wants to put a lot of effort in for a small gain. So you need to build 1, 2, 3, 4 of these elements into the offer so that people feel like it's worth the time and not a huge risk for them. We'll go through these one by one now. So new. Generally speaking, people are curious. They are drawn to new things and a novel approach to stuff. You'll have seen it, whatever industry you're in, whatever offers you run, sometimes a new revolutionary thing will turn up and people flock to it. If we go back again to health and wellness, how often is there like a new fad diet? Does the same thing as all of the other diets, helps people lose weight, but because it's a new thing and it's a fad, it just draws people in and they love it and they're like, oh my God, I need this. They just feel like they need that new thing because new is exciting. People don't want to get stuck on the same stuff in the past. They want to keep looking forward. We're curious. Most people are forward thinking and progression. They want to move forward and the new thing is exciting. So that's what you see in a lot of copywriting. People have these things like a revolutionary new system, brand new to the market. And that works better than just keep doing the same thing. That doesn't excite people. So if you can build an element of newness and novelty and excitement into the offer, it should resonate with more people, or it will. Next thing, number 2, is that it's easy. People want results without working hard, essentially. They want to get the same result with less effort expended. If you had 2 options in front of you, and this one was going to take 5 years of 18-hour days, and this one over here was going to take a day of work, and you got the same result, which one are you going to go for? You're going to go for the easy option, right? Less effort expended, there's lower cost, there's lower sacrifice, there's less that you lose by doing this, because essentially people pay for shortcuts. Do you want results in 2 days with barely any effort, or do you want to work 18-hour days for 2 years for that same result? People want the easy option. So think about how you can build into your offer something that is an easy solution to get them to where they want to be. Really simple. Just make it easier for them. Number 3 is safe. This kind of ties in a little bit with the lower cost here. It's about perception of the risk, okay? People don't want to take unnecessary risks. If you had 2 options and one was a 50-50 chance of success, one was a 100% chance of success, you're always going to go with the 100% chance of success. Like, people just default to the safe option. That is, of course, an extreme example, but they don't want to take unnecessary risks. So they want things that are proven and tested, and they want less risk by taking that action. And that's why great sales pages and great sales marketing collateral will use heavy social proof to prove that whatever the offer is proven, it's tested. This person who's going to buy it from you, they're not a guinea pig. Do you want to be the 10,000th and first person? Now you see this, join 10,000 other people who have gone through this system and have succeeded using this. Wow, it's worked for 10,000 other people. Why wouldn't it work for me? Or do you want to be the first person? Try it out, see what happens. You want it to be safe. You want there to be very few risks, and you want the upside to massively outweigh the potential risk of taking that action. So try and build an element of safe into the offer, okay? And big. No one wants small results, right? If you're going to, we all know, regardless of how we position these things to be easy and safe, there's always an element of risk, and there's always going to be hard work that's involved in these things, always, okay? But nobody wants small results because they're aware that there's always going to be that risk and there's always going to be that work. So why would you put that work in, and why would you take that risk for a small result? Do you want to take all of that to get your dream body? Yes. Do you want to do it to just lose £5? Probably not. No. Do you want to do it to be a millionaire within 2 years? Or do you want to do it to earn an extra $1,000 a year? Make it big. People want big outcomes, especially if they're going to have to put the time and the effort in. So these four are the kind of first things I'll look at in terms of refining offers. Is it new? Is it easy? Is it safe? Is it big? Like I said, Carl Mulligan, check him out. It's a good copy formula, but I think it's really good for refining offers because these are fundamental reasons why people might not really resonate with an offer, because it's going to seem like it's too much hard work, it's too much risk for not enough reward. And it's the same old kind of thing that they've seen over and over again. A perfect example of this at the minute is Ozempic, right? I may have spelled that wrong, I don't know. But if you're not aware, this is the weight loss drug that is absolutely like going crazy in the US right now. Essentially, this is a brand new drug that people can inject and it will help them lose weight. I think it suppresses their appetite. It's super easy. You've got two options to lose weight. Go running every day, work at a calorie deficit, so eat healthier. So that means buying healthy food, cooking healthy food, eating healthy food, saying no to junk food, exercising every single day. Or you can just inject yourself with Ozempic once a day or once a week or whatever it might be. I don't know. Is it safe? Well, it's approved by the health authority, and there's lots of other people using it. Technically, we don't really know if it's safe. I think it needs to be tested for longer term, but apparently it's been approved, so it's safe enough. And it's big. People are losing loads of weight on this thing. Ozempic went absolutely crazy because it hit these four things and it helped people hit that big transformation that they wanted to, which is lose however much weight, okay? There are downsides to it, of course, but it hit all of those things, and that's how it just managed to explode. It's new, it's easy, it's safe, it's big. The other thing that you want to look at when you're doing these offers is the time. Generally, people are quite impatient. If you have the same offer and people start today and they get the result in 1 year, that transformation, and then there's another offer which is exactly the same, and they start today and they get the same result in 6 months, they're always going to go with the one with the shorter timeline. People are impatient, they want to see results. Most people are not thinking long term. They're not thinking about where they're going to be in a year. They're thinking about where they're going to be in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. When you're looking at refining your offer, think about how you can truncate and shorten that timeline to success. The shorter the timeline to success, the more people will be willing to test it and try it and all of this sort of stuff. What happens though if you can't minimize the timeline? Because a lot of things can't. Like losing £50 or making $1 million. I can't say to you right now, right, if you want to lose £50, I'll help you lose £50 in a week. It's not going to work. If you want to make $1 million, I can't say, right, you've got an offer that's just not selling at all. I'll help you make $1 million by the end of the month. It's just completely unrealistic. And actually making that claim is going to undermine and devalue everything else that you do, because people are going to think, this guy's crazy. Okay, so what can you do is you build little milestones to help see the progression. And these are essentially little sprinkles of success that keep people motivated and feel like they're on the right track. I mentioned in the last video as well, we did a big analysis of Noom, and this is essentially called future pacing, right? So you future pace their success and you get them to envision where they will be and when. And what Noom does is when you're going through their onboarding, they do a graph and they say, you're here, your dream weight is here, month 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever it might be. And they'll say you'll have this kind of timeline. So they future pace it and they say within month 1, you'll have lost £5. Within month 2, £20. Within month 3, 30. And they get that person to envision what their future is going to be like on that future pace. So they not only shorten the timeline because they might take longer than 6 months to do it on their own, but they also build in milestones, because still, even saying within 6 months you'll lose £50, most people, again, can't think that far ahead. So what you want to do is you want to build these little milestones in, and these are success milestones. They're there to help keep the person motivated, to keep them moving forward. Break down those progress milestones and future pace success. Now you'll see I've highlighted this bit over here yellow, and that's because those initial milestones and that initial success are the most important. The faster you can get somebody a result with your offer, the more likely they are to stay long term. I did some consulting a while ago with a big fintech company, and it was to address churn rate. If you're not aware, churn rate is the number of people who leave the app. So how can we do that? Basically, what we did was we found what I later called, I built a whole system around this, highest value feature. We went and spoke to the people who got the most value out of the software, and we found the highest value feature, basically the feature that the majority of those people got huge value out of, and it was keeping them using the tool, okay? We noticed that the people who were churning weren't really using this. So we built an onboarding sequence which pushed people to establish and set up this highest value feature within the first 7 days. What that meant was within the first 7 days, they'd set up a feature that was going to help them hit like the first progress milestone where they'd see the real value and get something back. What happened was the churn just dropped off, because this initial interaction with you and your offer is going to be so important. You need to get them a quick early win so that they feel like they're on the right path to progression. You can't have somebody wait 3 months, 6 months to see any sort of progress. So you really want to wait the offer to get them a quick early win. It doesn't have to be massive. It just has to be along the right path. And like we said, if you're trying to get them from here to here, that first progress might be when they first start to see things change for the better. It can be a small thing. So they're losing £50. This could even be losing their first £5 if they've not been able to lose £5. Losing that first £5, they're going to be like, this is amazing. I've lost £5. I've never lost any weight. I'm on the right track. I'm going to stay. So future pace their success, break down the progress milestones, and front weight it. Help them get a win quick with the offer and build the offer. It's going to be doing that for them. Last thing that you really want to be considering these is the cost. Okay. And it's really that cost to value ratio. The value should massively outweigh the cost. You want to offer $100,000 worth of value for $10,000. Essentially, it's a 10-to-1 ratio. And the 10 in this can be the result. I'm going to help you make $1 million. If you told me you were going to help me make $1 million and I would have to pay you $100,000, I would say, let's do it, because I'm still going to get $900,000 out of it. And it works at all levels. Generally speaking, a 10-to-1 ratio is what you want. The 10 is going to be the result and what the result is worth, or it's going to be their level of income. If they have $50,000, they might want to pay $5,000 spread over the year to get that result. Okay, 10-to-1. It's a really simple ratio. It's not an ironclad rule, but it's a good sort of guideline to get you started and to get people in. Now, if you say, oh, but I don't deal in big results, then you can either go with the income, or you can think about what is the value of that result to that person. Like, how much would that be worth for them? Would they pay $100,000 for this, for that result? If so, you can maybe charge 10K for it. And then always try and charge as much as you can. For people to be really motivated, I found that the cost kind of has to hurt a little bit, because then they're more motivated to get that result back. Story for another time. But yeah, so you want to make sure that the cost aligns essentially with what they can afford, what hurts them a little bit, but basically still gives them a massive ROI. Okay, there is a balancing act of charging what it's worth that's good for you, because a lot of people undercharge. It still gives massive value, but you're not pricing them out or making them pay so little that they don't value the information that you're giving them. It's a weird balancing act. Okay. So with all of that knowledge over those 4 key areas of how to refine or craft good offers, you then need to take that and use it with the knowledge of the ICP that you have from that past video I spoke of. So you need to run the information that you've got from the ICP through this. So we spoke in that basically there are certain problems. There's a big transformation that they want to achieve, but there are certain problems that they have. And these problems are the blocks. They're here, they want to be here, but they'll have blocks and problems. And these could be real, perceived, internal, external problems. And you then take these guidelines for this offer, how to do this, and start building your solution around those things. So if we say like somebody can't exercise, maybe they have a health issue, which means they can't exercise or whatever it might be. You could say, oh, how to lose weight without exercise. That's a basic offer. But then think about all of those different elements. New, easy, safe, big, the big transformation that they want to achieve. What is that? New, easy, safe, big, we've got the timelines, and then we've got the cost ratio, right? So if we look at that, how to lose 50 pounds, that's the transformation they want. The reason, get your dream body, it's like that status, oh, people want to look at me in X weeks. So we've got the shortened timeline without exercise. So it's easy. It's not going to cost them that thing that they don't want to do. It's easier than what they thought. It's a new method, revolutionary new method, has helped this many people, social proof, it's safe. And this is a big result as well. So by putting those things into your offer, transformation, new, easy, safe, big, and the timeline, you've got something here that really appeals to them. And then you just need to find the right cost to get the right people in. Okay? And that's it. This is far more compelling than just can't lose weight without exercise. It all comes down to this. Specificity. Can't spell. So it all comes down to that specificity. And these are just guidelines then to refine that and make it appeal to that user. This is the second step. You do really need to have the defined ICP before you can come with the great offer. So go back and make sure that you've done that. And then if you have any other questions, let me know. We've got templates and worksheets and support systems in place to help you refine the offer. We actually have a whole course called High Value Offers in the Growth Models Plus community. I'll put a link around that. So if you want to get access to those courses and you want to get some detailed, personalized help on how to refine all of this for yourself, you can check it out in there. But yeah, in the meantime, have a think about what your offer is and how you can refine it or craft a new offer if you're looking at a new thing around these elements. But first, the ICP. And if you want help, join Growth Models Plus. I'll see you in the next video.